Hey y'all, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. You guys are reading the title and you guys know what time it is. Vechain update for the Vechain Familia. Appreciate all the love. So let's waste no more time and take a look at what's happening with Vechain right now. So Vechain down about 4.6% over the last 24 hours. At this point, you guys should be well aware as to what's happening for the broader market. But if you are not, Donald Trump pretty much has sparked, the tariff conversations once again, and the market has seen a retracement to that. But it is what it is. You want to see, again, this is something we've been emphasizing on the channel since that major retracement. You want to see this kind of closing out. Obviously, they're going to be meeting up soon, and I think that is where the market is really going to have a little bit of a better understanding, and then, we're going to stop seeing, the shaky end of the spectrum, because until then, uncertainty still lies in front of us. So Vechain down about 4.5%, price of Vechain 1.8 cents as of recording this update, down 4% in the Bitcoin side of things as well. Valuation 1.56 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume only at $43 million. Very, very low. But again, going back to what we've been discussing on the channel before, right now there is not much retail interest, and that's that. But before we get into any further, you guys know anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So what's happening with the dominance? Let's take a look at that. So dominance currently sitting at 59.54%, but what I want you guys to take a look at is we went up to 59.7% just a few hours back, but seen a little bit of a decline. But you can see things are picking up again. And the reason why things are picking up again is due to where Bitcoin is currently sitting. Bitcoin is at a very, very important level right now. We've been kind of seeing, these major swings for BTC. Again, a huge amount of liquidation over the last 2 days happen on the future side of things. But the price still is remaining within the 23.6. And of course, you guys know what happens. Dropping below the 23.6 means we could be retesting some of these lower levels. Again, we've seen, it's not that, we haven't seen the price drop below the 23.6, but usually instantly, literally instantly, the price does recover back. So it doesn't really see a close below the 23.6. If we see a close with the market sentiment that we're seeing right now, which of course is on the bearish end, and there's still quite a bit of uncertainty, and we see the price of Bitcoin wick below and is unable to bounce back up, then the door is open for the 107, in my opinion. And of course, after that, you guys already know. So with that being said, again, the sooner this happens, the better it is. So that's that. We still have a lot of time till the month of October is done. So that's something we want to keep in mind as well. But look where the price of Vechain is currently sitting. So of course, Vechain had one of the craziest, drops. Again, this could be said for a lot of different projects as well. You can see for yourself, it came down to 1 cent. Not a lot of people were even able to buy here because a lot of these exchanges crashed. So it's not like, a lot of people had that opportunity to be, picking up some of these coins at a cheap discount. But some people were able to get their orders filled in around 1.5 cents based off of what I've read. And the price did go up 41% since then. But let's take a closer look at Vechain and really understand what we're looking at. So Vechain did make a very nice move towards the upside. So you can see for yourself, like I said, some of these levels were where people were actually able to buy, especially around the 1.4 cents. Since then, like I said, the price did go up 45%, and now we're actually consolidating a little bit, and obviously that is into correlation with what's happening with Bitcoin right now. We were actually sitting at 1.94 cents just a few hours back. But again, we're back to where we were prior to that. So like I said, we're seeing a lot of sideways price action for crypto, including Vechain right now. And you can see for yourself, that's about a 7% pullback right now for Vechain. But what's very, very interesting to me is that the price of Vechain came very close to retesting, the 2.15 cents resistance. Again, a level that is very, very important for Vechain. We were just literally 6% away for us to reclaim back, and that would have been, back to where we were prior to this. And I have no doubts for Vechain to get back up to this key range. This is where the price of Vechain needs to be, in my opinion, because this is a very important level. This is a level we've been consolidating for a very long time. Let me take you guys down memory lane. We've been consolidating within this range, except a few wicks below, dating back to 2022. So that should tell you the importance of that key range. But we are getting closer, to getting to that exact same key resistance. But as the price is retracing a little bit, because like I said, we did retest the 1.95 cents, almost 2 cents. As the price is retesting, look at the significant support we have built up around the 1.82 cents, as you can see for yourself. But with that being said, if the support does not hold, Vechain could go down to 1.6 cents, believe it or not, and that 1.6 cents is still about an 11% move from where we currently are. And with the way Bitcoin is currently looking, that is something that is not out of the blue, especially with the dominance, showing strength. So that's something we want to kind of keep in mind. I know a lot of people want to talk about some of the higher time frames, but that's something you don't really want to be focusing on right now, because we want to reclaim back above some of the key resistance before we can start having some conversations around that. Because right now we're seeing a lot of uncertainty, right? But I do believe, once we do hear, these tariff conversations coming to an end, I think, we are going to see the likes of a lot of altcoins, having a field day. I still think we're going to see an altcoin season. If you watch my XRP update yesterday, Tom Lee is expecting, again, obviously that's his speculation. I'm speculating here. Everyone's speculating, but he's projecting, Bitcoin to reach $200,000. Even I think 200,000 is not, realistic for this year, but I still do think Bitcoin has more all-time highs left in itself. And I still do think altcoin season is imminent after this whole shenanigan is over. So again, Vechain has seen positive price action before, when there has been a lot of uncertainty, obviously kind of dating back to late last year. So I think it is going to react with the broader market. All-time highs, though, I've been quite clear. I don't think all-time highs would be retested for Vechain this cycle, because again, this cycle is closer to the end than it being started. But that does not mean Vechain cannot go up. I still think Vechain has some legs in itself, but all-time highs, it won't. I don't think it happens in the short term. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Love you all. See you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.